G'day everyone, welcome to a new series I'm introducing on the channel called This Week in iRacing, where I give you my hot takes on what you should jump into this week in the sim. I think we're in week 10 already, so getting close to the end of the season, and there's plenty to choose from this week. I'm starting out with my favourite, of course, the GT3, where there's plenty of racing to do. I'm jumping into the Ferrari at Road America, one of my favourite tracks on the sim. Not a great track for passing necessarily, but one that is conducive to good close racing. And of course this week it is at Road America, so you've got the option there of doing both the fixed sprint series and the open setup 40-minute endurance series. And of course we jump on at the end of the week with the enduro, the 3-hour enduro that will be available to you as well, that you can run as a solo or as a team event. So lots of good GT3 racing to be had. And I think as well, with a track that most of you are probably familiar at, one where you can gain a little bit of iRating too, but be aware early on, a safety rating sapper this one can be. So pick your races, make sure you qualify well. The Ferrari, as always, will fare very well at this track. And if I was going to jump into something a little bit different to have a crack, it would actually be the Mercedes that you can see me just running around behind here in one of the practice sessions I jumped into this morning. So yeah, definitely one for mine. GT3, as always, hot for you to jump into and have a crack at this week. It's also worthwhile mentioning that the Nürburgring Endurance Championship is back with the 4-hour event that they run pretty much once a month, I think it is. And of course, you can jump into the GT3 in that race as well. If you want to do something different, GT4, TCR and the 86 are all included in this one too. And they just so happen to be a couple of other picks for the week. So if you're spending time in those cars, do have a look at the Nürburgring Endurance Championship available on the weekend. Next pick for me is the IMSA Series Fixed or Open, which heads to Le Mans. It is a wet race this week, so do be careful. But the reason I picked it, it's a good open, wide track, so a good opportunity to get in some wet racing practice in the GT3s or in the hybrids, LMPs, if you are going to jump down that path. I'm going to give the Corvette a run this week in the early testing that I did. It's not too bad there at all, but any mid-engined GT3 is going to be reasonable. In the rain, just to be a little careful through the Porsche and Corvette curves, as well as up into the Ford chicane, I should say. So, but other than that, not too bad. Grab a setup if you can find one, which will help out. But this one I think will be some good challenging racing, but not too bad on the safety rating bank because of the wide runoff areas on the track. So have a think about jumping into that and giving it a crack. I think that it could be well and truly worth your while. Next on my list, and probably what will be a regular appearer on my review, will be the GR86. They head to Zandvoort this week, which is a fantastic track for these cars. Nice close racing. If you've got a little bit of safety rating to spend, don't be too concerned about jumping into these ones, because you'll find that you, if you can get a good race, get some good qualifying in to get started, that you will gain some good IR here if you can keep it clean. Just avoiding the early track incidents, of course, as always, means that qualifying is important on a small track, and the passing opportunities here down into turn 1, right through here as well, through the bowl. And if you can get out well here, you've got a good run up the hill to get into draft and potentially make some overtakes as you get into this one. So dry race as well. So it should be a good one for you to have a go at. And as I said, some practice as well if you are considering running the 86 at the 4-hour Nürburgring Enduro. And just quickly, a couple of the other series that we focus on each week. You can catch our videos from these ones and sometimes our live streams too. Ringmeister this week is in the TCR cars. It's going to be a challenge, good little car to run, but not one that I've got a lot of experience in. Front wheel drive should be different, but the Ringmeister is in the TCR car, so looking forward to giving that a go. Partly cloudy there, so not too much chance of any weather, which is great. But if you do own those cars and you are in that series, definitely one to jump into as always. The other one we run often is the Draftmaster series. I do need to get my safety rating up. Not necessarily the best place to do that though, but back in the trucks at Daytona. I love driving the trucks, so we'll definitely be giving this one a go. And last but not least, for something a little bit different, the open wheel FIA F4 are at Bathurst, and I'm a sucker for Bathurst, as most Australians are. I'm going to give this one a crack as well and just see how I can go. It isn't going to be all that fast for me, but it's one that I'm definitely going to give a crack and have some fun in as we head towards week 13. So there you go. That's our wrap on everything that is going on the iRacing service this week. So let us know in the comments what you're going to be jumping into, which ones you're excited about, and what you're going to give it a run. And as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and do drop a like and subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with what's going on the channel.